All right, boys, start of season 11. Transfer window complete. We've made a little bit of money. I thought it was important to reinvest. We'd lost over, I think, bang on £100 million last year. So I wanted to make a little bit of profit this year. We've done that with a £92 million sale. Someone big has left the club. We've brought in a familiar face from Porto. We've also brought in a familiar face from my FM seasons of past. Fingers crossed, this will probably be the last season at Inter before we move on to the next stage of the career. It has to be the Serie A this year. It has to be. We're going with the 5-2-3. Let's get into today's episode. Smash a like on today's episode for me. It'd be muchly appreciated. Thank you as well to George Mackay, who became the 27 patrons now on the channel. Thank you as well to everyone who's scrolling along the screen. Let's get into today's The Special One. Alright boys, here we are. Welcome back to the channel. I have got new merch on, the Manchester United shirt. I've decided, I'll have some of that now. It's not the real one. I have paid 15 quid for it. It was a fake. I got it from BR fans. Came in about 2 weeks as well. It's a pretty good copy. Let me know your thoughts as well. What's your Premier League kit of the year? I'm not too keen on it. It's a bit plain, but look, it was 15 quid. I can't say no to that. If you want to talk football shirts as well, link in the description down below for the Discord. Plenty of football shirt chats in there. All right, you want to see some transfers, don't you? So we wanted to balance the books a little bit. We've had some noticeable outs. One big one. We'll start with the players that for some reason are counted from last season's sales. FM22, this is like one of the top things that needs to get sorted out in my opinion. So even though they were sold in June, they're actually here. We got £68 million for Palacios, a player that was, he's pretty good, but it didn't suit our style of play with the two in midfield. A clever sale for us getting 68 million. And then 12.75 million for Adasic, another player that we got on a free. So we've made £80 million off two players that we signed for free. That's very much helped us balance the books. We had a massive, in terms of finances last year, we made a loss of 100 million. We need to bring that back into play. So the deals that we've done has helped us do that. So £80 million to start with. And then, as you can see, Oscar Bozzone has left the club. 90, was it 92? No, £91 million. He wanted to leave. He had 12 months left on his deal. So I didn't want to lose him for free. It's helped us balance the books. It's helped us then strengthen in one more key area. And it's given us another 50 million that can sort of like go sit in the bank. They've paid for it up front as well. So I think good business. Look, he's a superb player. Unfortunately as well, he's come through the academy, but with him having a year left and not wanting to sign, he had a lot of interest from a lot of clubs. I decided to cash in on Bozzone. And then the other outs, Diallo was someone who was sort of like in our under-23s. We were really chasing money to get one of our big players in. Margagli was a player that we got for free as well, 9.25 million. Josep, Cote, no, they were on loan last year. 3 million for the pair of them. And then we've lost players like Moise Keane, who was part of the squad. Theo Hernandez, left back. Thurnis Taskidis as well, the striker that's gone to Fiorentina. And Ricardo Silva was our backup goalkeeper. Okay, right. You want to see the ins, don't you? You want to see the ins. The first one's a big one. Mateus Apaza. Now, you've probably heard of him before because he's a regen. We had a deal done for £65 million. However, we didn't get the money into the bank in the account enough. We had to delay it 3 weeks while we're waiting for sales to go through. Arsic dropped out of a deal which kind of scuppered this, and we had to cancel it and renegotiate and go back in. When we renegotiated, it cost us 60 million. 60 million up front. It cost us 80 million, so 60 million up front and then 20 over maybe 3 seasons, I think. So, yeah, I've got him in for the main reason that he can do both jobs. If we play the 4-2-4 or the 5-2-3, we're after two midfielders that can kind of do both roles. Box to box, and need to be big, strong, athletic, but also have that little bit of vision, little bit of quality on the ball. He has that, 6'1", tremendous mentals, tremendous physicals. Tackling as well, 15, passing 16, first 17. He's going on the lines of more of the box-to-box more than anything. So if he's playing with maybe a Palmieri or Perez, we'll probably use a Pazza as the box-to-box. So there's the first one, our biggest deal by far. Next one in, £45.5 million. Welcome, Christian Lensina. You may recognise the name because because he signed for us at Porto. He was our goalkeeper for the last few seasons there. I think maybe even the last season. £10 million he cost Porto, and they've sold him 45.5. A few clubs were sniffing around. I decided to dive in. We needed a backup. I kind of had a couple of backups in the under-23s, and I just had this money in my pocket to burn a little bit. And I thought, come on, let's go out and get a number one keeper. And Lensina popped up. Donnarumma deal wasn't done. And is it the guy at Atlanta? Name escapes me. Deal couldn't be done for. They wanted 117 million for him. So we've gone in. Lensina, 24 years old, Argentinian, tremendous, probably one of the best goalkeepers in the world. The next one in is the wonder kid, Jim Van Loon. What a name. Jim Van Loon is a guy that we spoke about in last week's episode. Has only had a couple of seasons, well, one main season at Genk, but at 19 years old, he's not going to be 20 till the end of the season. I think it's going to be a super player. On the mould of Akande in terms of physicalities and his finishing, his dribbling, 6 foot, his pace. Left foot though, so it does give us a little bit more of a balance on that left-hand side. Can only play as a striker, but we are going with the 3 strikers. It does give me the opportunity to bring Mbappe inside to be sort of like a deep line forward, and Chanchetti a little bit more to be deep line forward. And the deal was his release clause, which was 38.5 million. Akande cost us 30. If he's in and around Akande's numbers at the end of the season, I'll be very, very happy. I don't think he is. I think we're going to lead the line with Mbappe, Chanchetti and Akande to start with, but Jim Van Loon, I think, is going to turn into a legend of Inter Milan. And the last one, it had to be done. It's Franck Kessie. He's 34 years old. We had 5-6 midfielders last year with sort of like Saul playing a handful of games and stuff, and he came on. He's one of my favourite players in real life. Had him at Manchester United a couple of years ago in a save, and I've had him for various points throughout different FMs. He was available on a free, 2-star. His pace isn't good, but his mentals are very good. Technical's still very good. He can do both roles as well, box to box, deep line playmaker. We need 12 subs, or is it 11 subs in Serie A? Someone who can just come in and just play the odd game, just to help us a little bit. We get an injury worry. A key part of the season, at least he's on the bench there to just help steady the ship. And yeah, Franck Kessie, 34 grand a week, free transfer, absolute beast. Okay, so that is the transfers all done. We've let Quinn Song go as well. Our Chinese, is he Chinese? Yeah, our Chinese central midfielder, he's gone back out to Setubal again for a loan. I was going to keep him, he was going to be my 5th choice, and then Setubal came in, and I thought, yeah, I'll let him go, and I will go and get Franck Kessie. So I've kind of done that with my heart on Setubal. So yeah, we've brought a couple of players back, really chuffed, the squad's looking good. The only little weakness we kind of spoke about in last week's episode is the left wing-back spot. Now, to be fair to Ruggeri, I think I was a little bit harsh on him in the end of the season analysis. He's got 15 crossing, so there's nothing wrong with his crossing. Going forward, he'd racked up, I think, 8 assists in all competitions. 8 assists in all competitions, so I'm quite happy to go with him. We were linked to a couple of others as a left-back at Spurs, but they wanted over £98 million, I think they wanted for him. There was also another one at Feyenoord who was pretty decent, but once again wanted 50 million, 60 million. So I've gone with Vera on the right-hand side, with Hakimi sort of like being a backup to this side, and then also we've got Granier as well. Granier can play on the right-hand side now comfortably. So we've got Hakimi that is, I think, like regarded still like 3-star. Yeah, right-footed, he can still do it, no problem. We've also got Vera, who's either-footed. Now, does say that he's not used to playing the position, unfamiliar with it, but there's no reason why he can't go in there. So I think we will play Hakimi in there for a lot of the games, give Ruggeri a bit of a rest, and then play players like Granier when we're playing teams that we're dominating, players that are going to get on the ball and attack a little bit more. And then up front, we've just changed this left-hand side from a pressing forward to an advanced forward. Van Loon's work rate isn't great. Mbappe's getting to the age, and Chanchetti's not natural at it. So I thought, let's go to advanced forwards. We're probably going to start with Mbappe on that left-hand side. So let's do it now. It's going to be Mbappe on that left-hand side. The midfield's an interesting one. We've got loads of options with Palmieri, Apaza, Perez, who's my man from Porto. He's going to be sort of like the number 3, the backup midfielder. I think we're going to go with Apaza and Palmieri. And then obviously we've got Marshall Davis as well, the up-and-coming Japanese superstar, really kicking on in the attributes-wise as well. So he will get a lot more game time. I trust him now in any games. I trust him. He's not just there to sort of like make up the subs bench. And that leaves us with everything else in order. We need the title this year. We are starting pretty difficult. We have got Juventus, Atalanta, Udinese and Napoli. A bit of a tough start. We've had a really good solid pre-season, haven't conceded a goal, so I'd like to continue that today against Juventus. Fingers crossed, a clean sheet will get us 3 points. If there's anywhere on the pitch now where we're struggling a little bit, it's strikers. Because we play with 3 up, we've lost Keane, the young Fiorentina dude, the Greek dude, whatever he was called, Tiscadis, and we've also lost Bozzoni, and we've only brought in Van Loon, so we are a little bit short in there in terms of bodies. We get 2 injuries, we're struggling. We have to look at going with the 4-2-4. So I'm bringing in another player on loan from, well, he's Icelandic, but he's at Bayern Munich. Albert Fagerthun, one of the two. He's coming in on loan to the end of the season. He's only at estimated cost because the transfer list is 10.25, but I didn't want to dive in and buy him. We're just doing a loan, and then we'll see where we're at the end of the season. Saving money a little bit. We're just kind of paying his wages, and I think about 150 grand a month, so it's going to work out at about 1.5 million. So I thought that was a good bit of business. Can do all the roles as well for us. He's quite bright. He'll be pretty good on the ball. Decent pace, left-footed as well. So yeah, he'll give us an option definitely when we've got Champions League, Coppa Italia, league games as well against some of the lesser teams at home. We want to rotate. Mbappe's sort of like over the hill now in terms of fitness-wise, so we need to protect him as much as we can. So that deal should be probably done by the end of the transfer window. I can't see us doing any other deals. Let me know what you think of the transfers down below. Is there anywhere I've missed? Do we need that left back? I think we can get away with it. Time will tell. If I think we're really struggling in January, we will have, I think there's about £40 million in the bank to do something. But fingers crossed we don't need to go in and re-strengthen again. So fingers crossed this will be the final season. I would like a Champions League. If we have a really good season, it may just pull me in. I think we spoke about it in the last episode. I'm not just going to resign like I was doing at Porto. I'm going to see what's about. We will look at England and Spain as the priority. I think we would take a Bayern Munich or a PSG, just because that's something that probably Mourinho would have done during his career. But then we're looking at top 6 in England and then the top 3 in Spain. So it'll no doubt be an interesting summer, but I'm not going to just... Are we going to get a penalty? That was never a penalty in a million years. I don't think we are going to get it. I'll be surprised if we do, because it was a really good tackle on Vera. No penalty. Correct decision, but it's annoying. So yeah, we'll see what's available. You know, we're not just going to stick to the clubs that he's managed. He's always had He's had links early on in his days to Barcelona. There was also a link to Arsenal. So any of the top 6, any of the top 3, PSG, Bayern Munich will be the next clubs. As I said, I'm quite happy to stay here another year. We have to stay another year anyway if we don't win this season's Serie A. Right, Vera. Ruggeri steps in, Akande pops it off to Tranchetti. Mbappe is in. Has he still got it? It's a decent save. I thought he was just going to use the right foot just to steer it into that far corner. How old is Mbappe now? There he is. He's 32 years old. A couple of people have mentioned in the comments what's he like. So there you go. Still got it. Pace 17 at 32. We're going to see a bit of a decline now between 32 and 34. This is where I really lost Inaki in my Basque Nothing save. So give me one quality season, Mbappe, and then we can look at Jim Van Loon will be coming in then as well. And then we can also re-strengthen if we need to. Right, goal kick. We're pressing high, but that's terrible because it's beating the press absolutely. Was that Palmieri going way too high? We've got a little bit of shape now. Coutant. Palmieri's back then and wins it well. Can we get it down? Nope. Delict steps in. Vera. Right, here he is, debutant, Apaza. What's he got? Little slide pass maybe in there. He's going himself. That was a bit smelly. Okay, we're going to ask for a little bit more. Steady first half. I think taking a point at the start of the season away in Turin is not the worst result in the world. Palmieri has done well. Akande. Oh, he's put it wide. Well, you would have put your house on him to bag it from there. Great first touch, great pass from Palmieri. Them two link up so well. That would have been a dream goal just on half-time as well. Let's say we've been the better side, because I think we have. We've got Jim Van Loon, we've got Perez to bring on, we've got Marshall Davis to bring on, we've got Granier as well to bring on. If we're going to go and change formations, he could even play as a wing-back if we need to really push. Vera's been caught out. Ooh. And Cangiano has just put it wide. Right, Palmieri is struggling a little bit, so we're just going to go Perez. I can't go Perez, because he's not even in the squad. Okay, we'll go Marshall Davis. Okay, Coutant. Missed it. Clearing, Piccioni. We're going to get that second ball. We are doing. Akande, pop it off. Where's he going to go? He's going for a run himself. He's got Mbappe to his left. He's used Mbappe. Who's in. He's on his left foot, though. And he's put it wide. Never feel quite confident when he's on that left-hand side on his left foot. But what we are going to do, we're going to introduce Jim Van Loon. Chanchetti needs to sort himself out a little bit. Because he's had 2 seasons with me. Nice stats, few 18 11, 14 and 10 in the league last year. But he just seems to underperform a lot of the time. So we're going to go with Van Loon on the left. Mbappe is the deep line forward. He definitely has the vision to do that role. Will require a little bit less running from him as well. Right, Apaza's now struggling. So we're going to do one final sub. Debutant, Frank Kessie. Right, let's go for encourage as they have a free kick. Oh, it's hit the post. It's hit the post and somehow we have survived. Have we got a break on here? Jim Van Loon. Mbappe. I think it's just slowed down a little bit. Akande maybe in on this right-hand side. He's absolutely smashed it. It hit the side netting. And either team could have found themselves in front there. Come on, boys. Can we nick a winner? Cesar. Keeper's gone long. That should be ours. The header was one. But Juventus pick up the ball. Delict. Out to Fabio Vieira. Palek is in a nice little bit of space. Brenner's in. He's punished us. We're 1-0 down. Okay. I can't do any more changes. Dear me. Seem to concede these goals a lot against you. Brenner always seems to get in that position against us. We've got a fucking injury as well. Who's injured now? Jose Vera. What a start to the season, boys. What a start to the season. Can we win it? Can we win it? Win the ball. Get the ball off him and tackle him. Here we go. Mbappe. He's got options. Picquion. Perpetti. Picquion? That's the Portsmouth dude. Piccioni. Right, here we go. We've built it up nicely, but we've still not really got very far. Get it out to the left wing back. Ruggeri's got plenty of room out there. Here he is. He's got plenty of room. Use him. Use him. We've gone long. Oh, it's going to come fucking straight back at us. The choice of pass. Lencina's saved it, but he's punched it. The £45 million goalkeeper has punched it straight into the path. Whoever the fuck what was. And now they're blaming Picquion for that. Oh, dear God. It was a shit pass from him, but terrible goalkeeping. We've been beaten 2-0. Start of the season. I'm just bubbling a little bit because we are definitely underperforming. And we've given the ball away again. It could be 3. Lencina comes out, claims it. I'm going to berate him before I miss the opportunity to shout at him. There. That's what I wanted 5 minutes ago. Davis. That's crap. Kessie. That's crap. Caggiano. Lencina saves. Not the start we wanted, boys, was it? There we go. 2-0. Bollocks. I'm not going to... Just fucking said that I couldn't fault them. They've been shit. We should have had that in the bag, I thought. I thought we were better for the first sort of like 60, 70 minutes up until they scored. That's disappointing. Okay, Pirlo's got one over on me. Chanchetti has not scored for 16 matches. 16 matches. Fucking hell. I kind of think the 5-2-3 suits us because I'm not just going to do it based off one game and dive into it, but it does make us more stronger at the back, and that was a lot of the problem last time. What I think we may do is just bring the passing down a little bit. Slightly shorter. We'll still pass into space when the time's right, but see if that just helps us just a little bit. All right, guys, that is it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on today's video for me. It'd be muchly appreciated. Thank you very much for your support. See you next week. Sorry there's no episode midweek. Things got a little bit out of hand for getting fucking up some recording, so I apologise for that. See you next week, Tuesday, 9 o'clock. See you later.